Welcome to the grand final edition of the WAFL Wrap. Well, the 2014 season has come to an end after a big and very wet grand final on Sunday. We started the day early on Sunday morning with the Colts grand final, where Swan Districts prevailed over Claremont by 20 points. Jason Daniels was outstanding for Swan Districts and was awarded the Mel Winnan Medal for Best of Field for his 26 possessions. Chad Daniels also had 19 disposals to go with his 2 goals for Swans, with Sean Fletcher, John Shaw and Rob Mostert all kicking 2 goals apiece. In the reserves, West Perth kicked the only 3 goals in the final quarter to beat Subiaco by 14 points to end a drought that stretches way back to 1960. West Perth's team featured 2 league premiership players from 2013, with Sean Marusic outstanding, finishing with 18 possessions, 5 marks, 14 hit-outs, 7 clearances, 6 tackles, 5 inside 50 entries and a crucial final quarter goal. Marusic was awarded with the Merv McIntosh Medal after being judged Best of Field and was supported by Prendergast Medal winner Aidan Lynch with 27 possessions, 8 tackles, 7 clearances and a goal. And in the league, the underdogs came out on top as Subiaco recorded a sensational 16-point win over minor premiers East Perth. Here are some of the highlights thanks to ABC TV.
No, he was throwing the arms around again.
Here's Josh DeLuca. That was knocked brilliantly down to him by McDougall. Great effort by Subiaco.
Back into attack towards right half forward. Opportunity now for Josh Hill. Hill will put it towards the top of the goal square again. Big pack up, bringing it down McInnes.
It's pretty hard. The 3 talls down there are all having an impact.
McInnes to put the Royals back in front. And he does so.
Gave it to Fraser, who's been busy. Cadwallader should have done better. It allowed Bristow in a dangerous position to get the ball forward. Yarran came out under pressure. Sheed got it dangerously to Wilson. Wilson's turned it over. Gave it straight to George Hampson. He doesn't miss from there.
Well, these are tough little kicks today on a day like today.
There's the angle. He's a quality player, Smith. That brings the Royals fans to their feet on this wet and grey day. Any score will put Subiaco back in front. Chris DeLuca be hoping for the major opening. That's a terrific kick. They're back in front by a goal, the Lions. Still Subiaco by 5 points. We're into time on in the second term. Third out was Delahunty, couldn't get there. Came down to McDougall, throws the ball on the boot. Leaping Yarran, couldn't mark. Opportunity for Subiaco. Phelan has kicked the goal. A little bit of afters as well. It's really on now. Wilson will put it long towards full forward. Big pack up. Bringing it down was the Royals, and Smith was in the right spot. He said, thanks very much.
From one step, kicks it up towards Sinclair, nearly controlled the mark. Wolf a chance, he was front and square. Gets a hard-working kick up towards full forward. McInnes was there, got a hand to it, got a boot to it, and it's hit the post, I think, or has it gone through? It's gone through.
6 games in Port Adelaide. Coming up, Wilson, one of the young Eagles. Spilled down to Phelan, kicked a terrific goal earlier. Phelan will kick towards goal. Oh, that is something terrific. Fraser gathers for East Perth.
McDougall just has to tap to them.
It's down again towards Butler. Oh, waiting for it. Lee was tackled. Spills out to Horsley. What a goal. The skipper running onto it, attempting to knock it forward. Originally was Sinclair. He'll get it back from Wolf Sinclair. Unorthodox but effective. He'll put it towards full forward. The punch at the back came down from Worthington. Lafanu, hand pass, stolen away. McInnes snaps around the body, and they respond, the Royals. Towards centre half forward. Courage shown. Ball spills to ground. Still a chance for Subi. It comes to Delahunty. Got a hand pass away. Butler underneath it. His hand pass back to Phelan. There's lines queuing up for it. Walters receives it. He'll kick the goal. It's been a remarkable season. 8th last year. Down again. Bristow deserves a goal. He's got one too. Look at the broad smile across Bristow's face.
You know, there is 16 and a half minutes gone in this quarter, and East Perth have not impinged 1 point on Subiaco's 3/4 time lead. Butler, a terrific kick across his body. He's given it to Cadwallader. Touches it down in goal from here, Cadwallader. He's that skillful. I tell you, there goes a raking long kick from Cadwallader. That's brilliant. Here's a chance for Josh Smith. Did they get into his back? The umpire says play on. Subiaco. Oh, beautiful hand pass out there from Lee. Oh, to Butler, who flicks it on the left boot. All class from Liam Butler. For the Premiers, George Hampson against the odds kicked 3 goals. Chris DeLuca and Phelan each kicked 2, whilst Bristow, Waters, Horsley and Josh DeLuca kicked 1 apiece. For the Royals, Fraser McInnes 3 goals, 2 to Josh Smith, whilst Cadwallader, Clutterbuck, McGinnity and Butler kicked 1. For East Perth, Cadwallader was terrific, kicked that goal, 18 possessions, 24 to Lee. Wilson had 21 playing in defence and took 6 marks. Ash Smith, 19 possessions and 5 marks. 21 possessions to Butler. Josh Smith, 2 goals, 3. He had 9 kicks, 2 handballs and 4 marks. Brennan was very good in defence with 15 possessions and 5 marks, and Clutterbuck 15 possessions as well. For Subiaco, Chris Phelan, 27 possessions, kicked 2 goals, 2. Outstanding performance. Kyle Horsley led the way as a captain should with 29 possessions and a goal. Bristow, 23 and 1 goal, won the Simpson medal. Josh DeLuca, 1 goal, 2. He had 20 possessions. Wade Toomey in defence, 20 possessions. George Hampson, 3 goals from 8 kicks, 7 hand passes and 3 marks. Sean Hildebrandt with 19 possessions, and Reece Waters playing up forward, a goal from 16 possessions. Subiaco used the ball a lot more by hand, 113 hand passes to 82. Not much in the kicks, with the Royals having 215 to 202. The interesting one was the marks, dominated by East Perth, 71 to 27. Inside 50s, Subiaco caught up and then took over. 48 to 44 was the final result there, with the centre breaks going Subiaco's way, 15 to 10. It was the Royals who got out of the blocks the better, assisted by Subiaco's inaccurate kicking, but the Royals took a 1-point lead into quarter time. The Subiaco, however, turned the tables to lead by 4 points at the long break. They kicked 6 goals to East Perth's 2 to dominate the third quarter and lead by 28 points at 3-quarter time. The Royals kept on coming, but they couldn't catch up. In the end, it was Subiaco 11-16-82 to the Royals 9-12-66. It was the Lions premiership by 16 points.
The winning captain, Kyle, how does it feel to be a premiership captain of the club you love?
I can't explain it. I feel weak. I feel light. The euphoria is it's unbelievable.
Just about got run over there, mate. Talk us through that last quarter. Did you feel like they were coming at you at some stage?
Yeah, of course we did. You know, they're a quality outfit with some quality people, some quality players. You know, Cadwallader's goal, you know, it's unbelievable to do that in the fourth quarter. It was incredible. So, you know, we knew they'd come. We knew they'd keep coming. We just thought if we stuck to our structures and didn't go in our shell, we'd be able to get the result.
Can you tell me about the dynamic between the group? What's the relationship like between the boys?
The boys, you know, I think you played at the club, Janice, you know yourself, mate. It's incredible. You know, I left for 2 years, come back, and there was 40 new blokes at the club, but the culture that had been set in place is still exactly the same. They're all good fellas. You know, it's to share this moment with them boys is something special.
What do you got planned for the week, mate?
A couple of quiet beers, mate. Relive the moment, I think.
Enjoy.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Thanks.
So it will be a case of the Lion not sleeping tonight. They came into the grand finals as the underdogs, and it turned out to be the Subiaco Football Club 2014 premiers. Well done to Subiaco.
We caught up with Subiaco coach Jared Schofield after his team's big win on the weekend. Here's what he had to say.
Yeah, just very proud of the boys. All the hard work we put in over 12 months to sort of get there. The best outcome possible, and that's winning the premiership. To be underdogs, no one really rated us, but internally we always had that self-belief. And I suppose being a player that's played in premierships and now being a coach, I don't know if it's actually really sunk in yet. You know, having a couple of quiet beers with the boys, to see them talk about the game, the season, for them to talk about what it means to them. I suppose that gives me a bit of a buzz because I've been there as a player, and to now be there as a coach, yeah, it's a special feeling.
How does it compare as a coach to a player?
Yeah, it was a bit of a weird one after the game. Like normally after a game when I've played in premierships, the old tears and the emotion takes over. As a coach, I don't know, it's a bit of a different feeling. You're at the hands of the players and you can give them as much information as you can. And hopefully that their heads in the game, they can go and implement it. And I always had this belief, and hopefully that sort of filtered through to them, that after the second semi, that if they learnt from their mistakes and what we need to improve on if we got to a grand final, that would be better for it, and I think they definitely showed that on the weekend.
Was there a point in the game where you felt confident that you were going to win?
Yeah, I suppose when we kicked 3 in a row, I think it was in the third quarter, we had a focus to kick goals from inside 50 stoppages. There's been one area that I think we've been a bit poor in, especially over the last 6 weeks. And for us to do that in what they call the premiership quarter was fantastic. And I suppose when we got to about 30-odd points out, I sort of felt that, if we could just hold strong and go into the last quarter with a bit of momentum and play our game, that we could get away with a win,
And Bristow winning the Simpson medal. How did you rate his game, and who else do you think played well for you guys?
Obviously Bristow, he's done it all year. Him and Horse. I thought Chris Phelan was pretty good. Probably it's like splitting hairs between those three players. Dan Leishman was super on Hill. He was getting blocks at all stoppages. You can go right through them. Young Jolly Latham and Frank Stockley. Jolly Latham's first league game was at Subiaco Football Club. For him to play in a finals-like game, to play in a premiership within 1 year. I thought Joshy DeLuca was super. I didn't see him fumble one ball in the wet, and hopefully it'll be no surprise if he gets drafted.
And more big news for the club yesterday, mate, or last night, with Matt Prittis winning the Brownlow medal. How did the boys all receive that last night? Were you watching?
Yeah, I think they probably had a few more beers on the back of that. Yeah, look, it's just fantastic. The last 48 hours for the footy club, for us to win a premiership, and for a Subi guy that was knocked back a few times, not getting drafted, to keep working at it. He's a great example for young footballers coming through. And so proud of him because he's a Subi boy and he'll always be a Subi boy. But for him to win it, I think he's the first WA person to win a Sando and a Brownlow. So full credit to him. It's just a true sign of a great person and a great footballer. And he got his just reward last night.
And are you fairly settled now at Subi, Scoey, for a couple of years, do you think? Or have you still got AFL coaching aspirations? Where do you sit there?
For me, look, I'm only 2 years into my league coaching career. So, look, I know it's been bandied around, where do you want to go? Look, I've never taken my eye off the ball in terms of what my goal is, and that's to make this club a sustainable club for a long time. And look, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not going to be too worried about it. But my focus is on hopefully coaching at Subi for the next year or two.
Capping off a huge 24 hours for the Subiaco Football Club, 2006 Sandover medalist Matt Prittis won the Brownlow medal on Monday night, becoming the second player in history to win both medals alongside Hayden Bunton Sr. Congratulations, Matt. And fans, if you're heading to the Royal Show, make sure you check out the WAFL Hub on Keene Avenue and get involved with some footy activities on the Yellow Brick Road. Thanks for joining us throughout this season, and I'll see you at the footy next year.